Good morning. We're here with Democratic House candidate John Lewis. Thanks for being on the show.
Good morning, David. Thanks for having me.
So let's talk about Ukraine, right? We've got the situation where Russia's annexed to Crimea. The separatist movement in the eastern part of the region are, basically trying to secede. What do you think of the American response should be in this situation?
Well, we support democratic values, and that's free and fair elections, free press, and the rule of law. And unfortunately, what Russia has done in this situation is trample on all those American values. And so we need to exhaust all diplomatic, political, economic options and make sure that Russia plays by the rules before we consider putting troops in harm's way again.
Should we increase sanctions on Russia beyond what we've already done?
Absolutely. I think we need to exhaust all options on the table in terms of sanctions. And again, before we consider taking further steps and getting embroiled in another international conflict.
So let's talk a little bit more broadly about your candidacy. So, of course, you're running for the Democratic nomination. You've been endorsed by the party. Why are you the best guy to go ahead and beat the Republicans in the fall?
Right. Well, I am a concerned father. I'm concerned about the future of this state, and I've been to all 56 counties in the state. I know the state well. We're going to run the most sophisticated campaign that's been run for this House seat. It's tough. It's a tough battle out there, and people are tired of the dysfunction they see in Congress and want to see somebody that is willing to work with both sides, work on solutions, make tough decisions, and that's just not what we're seeing in Congress today.
So I brought a prop, right? So I've got one of your flyers that you sent out, and you said right here, right, that you're a practical problem solver who'll work across party lines to get things done. Give me an example of how you have done this and can do this going forward.
Yeah, sure. Well, I've been to all 56 counties, and when I meet and talk to people in all those communities, that's what they want. They want people to work together on solutions. My experience, I've worked on things like providing tax credits to businesses who hire disabled veterans, worked with communities to try to get help in flooding and forest fires and all of that. And so I really know the state well, and I'm willing to fight hard and be a voice in Congress for Montana.
You've spent a long time working for our former senior senator, Max Baucus.
Yeah.
What was one of the best experiences you had working for him that is really illustrative of kind of your approach going forward?
Well, I was proud of that service. Like I said, it brought me to all corners of the state. I met with every mayor in Montana. And just that's what I'm proud about, learning all about the state and the value of hard work. And Montana needs a voice at the table in Congress. And I see a real urban-rural divide in Congress right now, and rural priorities just aren't at the top of the list. And we're seeing that play out in the debates today.
So I've heard about this rural-urban divide a lot. I heard about it from Denny Reberg, heard a lot from about John Tester. What's one way that that we're hurt at the table as a rural state in Washington, D.C.?
Well, we all agree we need to reduce the deficit and get our budget under control. We need to pass a budget. For instance, the current budget proposal, the so-called Ryan budget, it puts a big red target on rural America, including things like eliminating Saturday delivery. I've traveled to all those communities in Montana, and we need a robust postal service in Montana. Seniors that depend on prescription drugs, for instance. It also has cuts to subsidies to Amtrak when ridership on Amtrak is at an all-time high. Cuts subsidies to essential air service. Those are things that we depend on in Montana, and Montana needs an advocate in Congress.
Well, hey, thanks for coming by. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, David.
Have a
really
great day.
appreciate it. Thanks.